Hey everybody, it's me. I thought I would go live because, as some of you know, February is my anniversary month with the Pampered Chef. Actually, it is February 9th of 2010. I started my journey with the Pampered Chef. So it has been 13 years, and I thought I would take a couple of minutes to share a little bit about my journey, why I decided to become a Pampered Chef consultant, what some of my fears were, what my experience has been, and what I'm looking forward to in the next 13 years, hopefully. But I also want to share some exciting news with you. I'm actually, as many of you know, I'm having a giveaway this month. And in thinking about how I can thank you all from the bottom of my heart for supporting me and my business, I've decided to pick 13 people. So starting at the beginning of February, if you scroll back through the posts, you're going to see some posts about stoneware with some questions. There's a fun game that I posted on the Super Bowl. Everyone who comments on those posts and this post is going to be entered to win some Pampered Chef freebies. And I'm going to share what those freebies are at the end. So I'm going to be picking 13 people. That's right, 13. I'm also doing an exclusive sale just for you, my family and friends, loyal customers and hosts, my VIPs. And you can save 30% today, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. 4 days only. You're going to be able to save 30% on your entire order from today through Saturday. Now, if you're not looking to purchase Pampered Chef, that's okay. But you can absolutely be entered to win my giveaway, okay? So let me just really quickly share a little bit about my journey with Pampered Chef. So as I mentioned, back in February of 2010, I decided to take a leap of faith and join the Pampered Chef. Hey, Karen. And why I did that was because at the time I had two small children at home. I had my daughter Sophia, who was 4, and my youngest Ella had just turned 1. So I had a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old at home, and life was crazy. I also had a full-time job. I was a school psychologist in a nearby school district, and I was working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. But despite that, we still needed extra money. We were having a hard time with the extras that popped up in life. We were able to pay our bills. However, when it came to those extras, we just really didn't have the leftover money. And my husband and I had been talking about one of us getting a part-time job for a few months, but I really didn't want to leave my family any more than I already was. I really, truly, did not think that this type of a business was for me. I said, I'm not a salesperson. I was afraid that I was going to spend more money buying Pampered Chef because I had always been a big fan of Pampered Chef. So I was afraid that I was going to spend more money than I was going to make. And I was afraid that it was going to take me away from my family. And so after talking it over with my husband, we decided that I was going to give it a try for about a year. I was going to, do a couple of parties, see how those parties went, and then we would reevaluate. And so needless to say, here I am 13 years later. I did resign from my job as a school psychologist. And part of the reason I resigned was because my job position changed. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been in a job, hey Diane, where they change your job position. They change the description, they change your responsibilities, and that's what happened to me. I went from being an elementary school psychologist to a high school psychologist, which is a big difference. And That meant me leaving my house much, much earlier in the mornings and putting my kids in daycare even longer than what I already was doing. And at the end of the day, after my husband and I discussed it, we felt that that would not be a good situation for our family. And I decided to resign as a school psychologist. So I made Pampered Chef my full-time gig. But the beautiful thing was I wasn't putting in full-time hours. When I think of a full-time job, I think of 35, 40, 45 hours a week. And once I resigned from Pampered Chef, I was able to dedicate more time to my Pampered Chef business. I was doing more like part-time hours, so I was spending anywhere from 15 to 20 to 25 hours a week. But that was a choice that I made to bring in the income that we needed to continue to pay our bills, to continue to pay for the extras. So here I am 13 years later, and it has been a whirlwind, to say the least. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that a business like the Pampered Chef could provide the things that we've been able to do. So for example, we were able to pay off all of our debt. We were able to buy a new home, which is the home that we're in now. I was able to renovate, we were able to renovate our kitchen. And when I say renovate our kitchen renovation was about $85,000. We knocked down walls, we extended things, new cabinets, new appliances, we did it all. And thanks to my business with the Pampered Chef, we were able to pay for this kitchen renovation. We're also able to do fun things like take our girls who are now almost 18 and graduating from high school and 14. As if you remember, I said my kids were 4 and 1 when I started. So add 13 years. Now my daughter is going off to college in the fall, and she is getting ready to commit to her first choice. I'm not going to give any spoilers because I do have some family and friends and I haven't made the announcement yet, but she is getting ready to commit to her first choice school. But that means we need money to pay for college. So that's what my Pampered Chef business is going to do for the next several years, is to pay for her college education. But we've also been able to take vacations that we never would have been able to take had it not been for the Pampered Chef. We were able to go to Hawaii. We were able to go to Disneyland and Disney World several times. We were able to go to Mexico a few times. And then I was able to take my bestie on a few of those Pampered Chef trips because, you know, why not? Why not have a fun girls trip that's paid for pretty much 90% of the way? We had to pay for a little bit of our food and our drinks, which, you know, didn't really cost that much. But yeah, so Pampered Chef, when we go on these trips, Pampered Chef pays for 90% of the trip. So here I am 13 years later, and I am just still so much in love with the Pampered Chef. The products that we come out with help solve your everyday kitchen dilemmas. If you don't like to cook, we have the products for you. And in all honesty, if you've ever had a party with me, you probably have heard me say, I don't like to cook. I'm more of a baker, as you probably have guessed from a lot of my videos. I'm not a big fan of cooking. I do like to bake. And the Pampered Chef products have allowed me to make easy, fast meals for my family. But also I get my hands on the very best baking tools so that baking is easier. Does not need to be difficult, you guys. Cooking and baking and entertaining does not need to be difficult. It does not need to be time consuming. You can do it all. Trust me. This is coming from the girl who 14 years ago, before Pampered Chef, I could boil water, and that was probably it. Okay? I was not a good cook. I was, you know, the pasta maker, the chicken nuggets, the easy stuff. And now I can make meals for my family, and we can sit down around the table, talk about our day, talk about the things that are going well, the things that are bothering us. And that is my favorite part of this business. It has given me time with my family. If you remember at the beginning of my story that I shared, I was worried about being away from my family. This business has allowed me to bring in that extra money that our family needs and yet still be there for all of my family's things. When my kids have sports, when they have games, when they go to the championship, which my oldest went for field hockey last year, when my youngest has her musical productions and she sings for a community choir, I get to go to all of those things. I get to go to all of the family celebrations. I don't have to request time off of work. I work when I want to work. I work as much as I want to work. And there are times where I've had to back up my business and maybe put it on the back burner because I've had a lot going on in our life. And that's okay. That is the beauty of Pampered Chef, is you get to do as much or as little as you want, when and how you want to work. So if you want to do in-person cooking parties, if you want to do strictly online virtual parties, you can do that. I personally do a combination of both. That's what fits my personality. However, if you wanted to try Pampered Chef and you said to me, Becky, I don't want to do in-person cooking parties, or I can't do in-person cooking parties, I just want to do online parties, I will help you learn how to do that every step of the way. So that's a little bit about my story. And I hope that you got a little bit of a better idea of me and why I decided to do Pampered Chef. Now, a little bit more about the giveaway that I'm talking about. So I have a ton of products, you guys. One of the benefits of being a leader with Pampered Chef, I'm a director, is that we get tons and tons of products. We get the products before everybody else to play with and try out. And so I get a lot of extra things. And one thing that my office is busting with is our Pampered Chef Pantry seasonings, okay? So I have about 50 of these in my office. I give several to all of my hosts so that they can try out our seasonings. And I always like to do giveaways through my parties. But I thought, why not give some of these seasonings and a copy of my favorite recipe book, our Season's Best, to you, the people that have supported me over the last 13 years. So I will be pulling in early March, probably that first weekend of March, 13 names from the people who are in this group and who have commented on my posts in the last month, starting in February. Those who have commented on my posts. I'm just going to be putting you into, hey Karen, I'm just going to be putting you into a random generator, and I'm going to pull 13 names to win a seasoning of your choice and a Season's Best recipe collection. Now, if you are interested in having a party in March, let me tell you, we have some amazing things coming. Our new spring products are coming out on March 1st. And they are incredible. I will be going live next week to give you all a sneak peek. So if you want to either get some friends together and let me come and cook for you, that's right, I come and cook for you, and make you and your friends and families a few recipes, share with you our brand new spring products, and then you get to stock your kitchen with tons of free and discounted products. I would absolutely be honored to do that with you. Just send me a private message and say, I am interested in having a party in March or in April, whatever month works for you. If you would rather do it completely online, 100% virtually, we can absolutely do that. It only takes about 15 minutes of your time, 15 minutes, that's it. So if you have 15 minutes, we can do an online virtual party. I make it super easy for you. So we can either do an in-person or a virtual party. If you're not interested in that, that is okay. Maybe you're interested in the sale that I'm running, my 4-day 30% off sale. Remember, that starts today, Wednesday, the 22nd, and it runs through Saturday. You can get 30% off your entire order. To take advantage of that sale, you just need to text me the word, okay? Text me the word 13 sale. And 13 is 1, 3, S-A-L-E, no space, 1, 3, S-A-L-E, to my business number, which is 267-609-3101. And I will send you the link to take advantage of my 30% off 13th anniversary sale. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous Hump Day Wednesday. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me in my Pampered Chef business or personally over the last 13 years. And if you ever need anything, recipe ideas, if you have a Pampered Chef product and you need some additional tips on how to use it, or if you're struggling with a product and you need some help with it, I am your girl. I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye for now.